I never want to forget where I come from, and you have to use that for good.
When something difficult happens in your life, you have a choice. You can let it destroy you, or you can grow from it. Tony Anderson had to make that decision very early on in his life. And fortunately for hundreds of kids in our area, he chose to take a tough situation and turn it into something good. Photojournalist Katie Emery and I introduce you to Tony in part 1 of our special report, Changing the Ending. This is where you'll find Tony Anderson at 4:30 a.m. 6 days a week.
If I'm not running outside, I'm on the treadmill here. And if the legs aren't feeling right, I'll use the spin bike, and once in a while I'll use the elliptical just to give my legs a break.
Every day he follows a strict plan.
Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday I have a specific purpose. The 3 days is just building base and taking it a little easier but getting the miles in.
And this isn't just a way for him to stay active.
So I'm just make a plan, work a plan, check the box, move on, and with the ultimate goal of getting ready for that marathon.
Crossing that 26.2 mile finish line not just once, but once in every state.
There's a story to every one.
This is what Tony sees as he walks into his office every day as general manager of Cherryland Electric.
I love this office. I love coming in here.
A room lined with a lifetime of memories and inspiration.
The Bay Shore is the only marathon I've done twice. That was my first marathon. This is special right here. These two girls are nieces, and we ran the Quad Cities Marathon together. I ran Hawaii with my son. We were shoulder to shoulder all day that day.
Running more than 20,000 miles since 2003, Tony has been on dozens of exhilarating, exhausting adventures, crossing finish lines across the country. But along the way, he's run into his fair share of roadblocks.
In 2016, I was gifted a perfect excuse to stop running.
In March of 2016, Tony's arthritis led to a total left hip replacement.
It was a couple weeks before I could get on the elliptical and then the spin bike, and then 62 days later, after a total hip replacement, I went for my first run.
Now, he's up to 15 marathons on that new hip.
I get it x-rayed every year. It looks like the day we installed it.
To understand why Tony keeps running despite the obstacles, you have to go back to October 13th, 1963.
5 guys in a car, drunk driving accident. One guy doesn't come home. That was my beginning.
Tony lost his dad at just 18 months old.
My mother used some of the insurance proceeds and bought a 10 by 50 mobile home. So we grew up literally in 500 square feet of space in a little town in South Dakota.
Sharing a bunk bed with his brother, his mom and sister shared another.
Growing up without a father like I did, you look at your friends with their dads and you wonder, what would it have been like if I had a dad to play catch with or go to a ball game with? And I literally, from my earliest memory, thought of my dad every day.
Because of male role models like his grandfather and friends' dads who stepped up throughout the years, he realized the critical role mentors have on a child's life, inspiring his initiative, Marathon for Kids, raising money for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northwestern Michigan through his marathons.
I figured out my why. And when you can figure out why something bad happened to you, that's when you find your peace.
So as Tony gets ready to make that 26.2 mile run one last time, crossing the finish line in the last state on his map, he's running for more than just the pain he's endured in his life.
Now, today, and for many years, I've known why he had to go and why he left and why I'm here and why I'm doing this.
He's running to change the ending for hundreds of other kids. Now that you know a little bit about Tony and the reason he's devoted his life to others, we want to show you just how big of an impact he's made. Don't miss part 2 of our special report, Changing the Ending, tomorrow on 9 and 10 News at 5.